Charlie Kirk faked his death. We're gonna zoom in on the 4K footage. Let's do some lip reading.
We are back at UVU. Dan Flood just finished reading the message on his smartphone. And Hunter Kozak is about to step to the microphone. That's the last minute before the shot. I'm just gonna let it run for you.
God bless you, my loved ones. Thank you so much. Hello. Hi. Yeah, it's working. Hey, Charlie. Hey, hopefully we're gonna have a little bit more disagreement.
Ooh, that's just what I expected, except for the 4-letter words. No wonder they held back the footage until early April 2026, until Piper Truth finally made it available for everyone. And now we're gonna go through the clips one by one. In the end, we're even gonna take a brief sneak peek into the deepfakes and the Foto-Ops.
Let's start the detailed lip reading analysis. Now we're gonna make the lip reading a lot easier by playing the clip on half speed and 0.2 speed. What do you think Dan Flood said? Here is my suggestion. Here is the next clip. Again, it's normal speed, half speed, 0.2 speed, and then I'm gonna show you my suggestion. In the next clip, Kirk will talk about the suitcase he fell on. This was most likely planned as a landing mattress. Even though Kirk fell with his allegedly gushing neck wound on that suitcase, there was no blood on that suitcase just seconds later. Jesse on Fire has shown this clip in his excellent viral video a couple of months ago with my explicit permission. As a quick warning, the next lip reading might contain foul language. Let's go. Before we get to Dan Flood's answer, we want to quickly remember that in US American slang, z means it is. For example, it's funny means it is funny. And for later on, woulda means would you. For example, would you mind means would you mind. That's not good enough for Kirk, though. And side by side. This dialogue then almost repeats itself. Here is that back-to-back dialogue once more in full. Examining the chin movement extensively, I could make a pretty good guess what Dan Flood most likely said behind the tent. Let's not get hung up here. Next clip, please. For the next ones, we're going to look at the context again. There is a certain problem because Hunter Kozak moves his mic around. The video guy notices that on his mini screen and informs Terryl Farnsworth. Farnsworth then seems to tell Kirk where to put the microphone. And the problem seems solved. They check on their mini screen again. And the problem really is solved. Here is an easy lip reading. Curiously, Kirk and the guard are almost in sync here. And here is the crucial clip. What do you think he tells him?
Will you just move the mic over to be in frame? Why did Terryl Farnsworth say this to Charlie Kirk? To understand this, we have to consider that it was also Foto-Ops.
It was a very busy day for Terryl Farnsworth, not just before the shot. After the shot, he immediately recorded a selfie.
He's dead.
Then he stepped on the chair of the crime scene to take the SD card out of the camera behind Charlie Kirk. And sometime later, he had a video call with Candace Owens where they discussed the footage that was taken with the camera behind Charlie Kirk. And here is why he did all this. Remember, Hunter Kozak had moved his mic around. This changed the camera angle just a tiny bit. For instance, the golden arrows highlight the piece that is now out of frame. This new camera angle makes it harder to create a deepfake of an enhanced shirt puff and a cavitation. Kirk just slightly adjusting his position by swapping his mic hand makes a credible deepfake easy again. And at this point we have to ask an inconvenient question. Does Terryl Farnsworth in detail explain the reason for the new camera angle to Candace Owens here? It seems he tries to point out that the angle to the speakers and to the tent drop was slightly different. Now he even points out the crucial deepfake spot.
Okay, and then beyond that, we just have some crowd shots, and you can show.
And here he points to the crucial deepfake spot yet again.
Scrub there. And we're just scrubbing through the parts that are just obviously pause me talking.
This speaker symbol on Farnsworth's screen indicates that she most likely heard the original audio here. Will you just move the mic over to be in frame? Being fair and friendly, I would advise Ms. Owens that holding back the original audio of the phone call confirms these concerns for most people.
Yeah guys, what an episode again. At this point it has been proven over and over that Charlie Kirk has faked his death. We have the shot into the trunk that meanwhile has been confirmed by fellow peer scientists. Charlie Kirk has lifted his left arm. This shouldn't have been possible anymore because there is a nerve plexus under the gunshot wound that is required to lift his left arm. There is no blood where Charlie Kirk landed with his allegedly gushing neck wound. Why didn't they leave him on the stretcher and carry him on the stretcher to the SUV? People with a gunshot wound to the neck are supposed to get transported on a stretcher. There's no blood trail on the way to the SUV. We even have the air puff tube whipping out of Charlie Kirk's collar. And now we even have the lip readings in 4K that make it very clear Charlie Kirk accepted, maybe even ordered the shot. But let's look at the bigger picture again. Why did they fake Charlie Kirk's death to begin with? What was the incident that they tried to distract us from?
God bless you, my loved ones.